Hi, today in this video we will see about Java collection framework. So generally Java collection framework is a predefined set of classes and interfaces, right, for creating your data structures. So like in other programming languages, if you take C and C++, we need to design our own custom data structures like stack, linked list, trees, sets and graphs. We need to create them, whereas here Java provides you flexibility with predefined these data structures. These are known as your collections. Okay, we do have different types of classes and interfaces to access the data, like to store the data and retrieve the data and traverse those particular data structures. The main advantage of this one is no need to write a huge programs again to create the data structures and then apply the operations on them. So by like we create a single object to a class, we do have predefined classes like ArrayList, linked list, hash sets. Okay, these are available. You can just create a object to those particular things and we can just easily create a data structure. Right. First of all, let me clear that a collection is a collection. Generally, it is a collection of your objects. It is a group of objects. Right. All these elements that we store in these particular collections is known as these objects. Or right. We are going to collect these group of objects and we are going to store it in a place. That's what we call it as a collection. Like Java collection framework, it consists of only basic classes and interfaces, just like your package. Okay, generally this is used for working with different types of collections, such as your predefined collections, like your list, sets, maps, stacks, queues. Okay, all these can be used. So they're ready to use, just like your ready-made goods. They're ready to use. You can just create an object and you can just access those particular things. No need to write the complex algorithms. Okay, it is very easy to add, remove, update, sort, search these particular collections. So just want to understand what is this collection hierarchy. uh, Iterable is the interface that is a parent of all these particular hierarchy, which is available in your java.util package, which further available in your lang package. Okay, right, coming to here, the blue color things are known as your interfaces and this green are known as your classes. So iterable is a interface and collection is a interface that is going to be implemented by this iterable. We're going to implement here. So out of these collections, we do have three categories like a list, queue, and also set. So list here all comes the different types of lists like your array list, linked list, vectors, which in turn represents your stack. Okay, these are the place where we are going to store the data in the form of a list. And then we do have this queue interface. In this queue interface, we do have a DQ as a separate interface where we are going to use this array DQ. Okay, implementation of DQ with the help of your arrays. And then we do have this priority queue also, which is a class which is going to implement the queue interface. And then coming to the last is the set type of data structures, like we do have hash set class, linked hash set class, and also we do have sorted set class. Under this sorted set class we do have like tree set class. So these are the basic hierarchy of your collection framework. Okay, and then we do have different methods are available on these collection interfaces. Okay, some of the methods are like if you want to add an element, insert an element into this collections, we can use this one public boolean add as this one. and and then we do also have add all. We can add total collection, specified collection elements to invoking a particular collection here. We do have remove method, which is used to remove an object from the element from that particular collection. In the same way, we can remove all the collection itself from the particular. And we do have so many other methods. Let us go dive into this one and we can just set, like we have size method, which is used to know the size number of elements of those particular collection what you are creating. and then clear, which clears all the data into a collection. Like if you have array list, if you have three elements, if you call this clear method, it will clear all those three particular elements in from that particular collection. Right, you can also check whether some particular object is available in that, it is contained in the data structure or not. We can also check. Okay, all these are the different types of methods that are available. You can go through them. First of all, we'll go through your array list, and the array list is a class that implements the list interface, as we already discussed it. It uses a dynamic array to store the duplicate elements of different data types. Okay, of different data types you can store it. We'll check when we do it as a practical. And the array list class maintains the insertion order in a non-synchronized way. Means you are going to store the elements in the form of non-synchronized objects. Whereas general arrays, they store it in the form of your synchronized objects. So let's go to the coding and we'll do this one. I'm having my, take just a notepad here. We'll go here, and what we will do is we'll just go here, we'll import java.util package, so to where all these collections are available. We'll create a class with the name java collection example. Okay, then we'll come back here, we'll write our main method public static void main string aux. Okay, this is the signature of your main method, and then come back here and we'll be writing your, we'll create a simple array list. Okay, sorry, array list of type string. Okay, its object name is list equal to new object is created for your array list again, array list of string type, and this will act as a constructor here. So now by this single line I have created an array list, which is a dynamic array. Okay, now I just want to check what is there in this array list. System.out.println of, I'll just print this list. Okay, I will just close my main method, I will close the class, just copy this name, I will save this on my desktop. Okay, on my desktop, I'll go back here to desktop, Java class programs. I have this one, I'll just copy here, I'll just write it as Java. Go back to command prompt. Okay, cd desktop, cd Java online programs, class programs, something. Okay, Java C, I think the same directory. Just paste this one, dot Java. Okay, we do need to have a semicolon, which we missed it here. Sorry. Okay. Okay, typo errors or Dumoni typo errors. We should not be this much fast. Clear. Okay, so many typos. Auto printer of the list. Hope this has cleared it. Okay, now there are no errors. We'll just compile this. So nothing is there in my list. So we'll go back here and we'll add an element. If you want to add an element to this one, just add list dot add of. You can give the element, like for example I will write like something like John. Okay, John is written here. Okay, what we'll do here is we'll just copy this and we will be pasting it. Let's see, and then come back here, compile it again and just execute this. So initially the list was empty. Here you can see the list was empty. Now we have one element in this, that is John. What we will do is we will add more elements to this one. Okay, Max. Okay, I'm writing it here, and then we'll go back here, John Max. Right, if you want to delete John, you can just do the same. For example, I'll write a list dot remove of the index offset value. You can specify, for example, I want to remove John, I will read it as 0. So we'll print the list. So now see, the Max is there, only Max is there and John was removed, right? For example, if I want to remove all the, I want to clear all the things, I want to know the size of a list, list dot size. Okay, so now you can keep it in a print statement, system dot out dot print line. Okay, print line, just it will print a list here. Check back it again. So see, what is the list? One is the list, one element is there. Okay, well, time being we'll just comment this, compile this. Okay, java space, just remove this. Okay, so now we can see one element is there in this. Okay, so for example, if I do this one, see, two elements are there. Okay, so for example, if you want to clear all the elements, we do also have another one. Before that, what we'll do, we'll execute this with the help of a for each loop, string s in your array name, that is your list. So you can come back here and just write system dot out dot print line of the looping variable. Okay, just close this. So previously it was printing this one as like this, like so John, okay, comma Max, it was printing, right? So now we'll see how it will be printing. Okay, so see, now it is printing like one element in each particular line. So this is how you can also use a iterator can also be used. Iterator has different methods that also you can be used to print this different types of collections. So this is about your array list. Hope you understand this. Okay, thank you for watching this. Hope you like this. Please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Right, in the